The year is 2287, a year that will forever be etched in the annals of history, not for its advancements or achievements, but for the cataclysm that befell our world. Earth, once a beacon of life in the cosmos, a vibrant jewel in the vast expanse of space teeming with diverse ecosystems and cultures, is now a scene of unimaginable devastation. Cities that once stood as monuments to human ingenuity and resilience lie in ruins, their skeletal remains a haunting reminder of what once was. The skies above every continent burn with the fiery trails of sci-fi warships, their engines roaring like the cries of ancient dragons, their hulls like obsidian daggers against the black canvas of space. These warships, with their sleek, menacing designs, cast long shadows over the lands they sought to conquer. From orbit, the enemy rained down fire. Cities crumbled into dust, their once bustling streets now silent save for the echoes of destruction. Forests were incinerated into smoldering wastelands. The lush greenery that once covered vast swaths of our planet was reduced to ash, the air thick with the acrid smell of burning wood. The very air crackled with energy discharges, the atmosphere alive with the chaotic dance of electrical storms, the death cries of a planet under siege. The land itself seemed to weep, its surface scarred and broken, a testament to the relentless assault it endured. For decades, humanity had looked to the stars with hope and ambition, dreaming of a future among the cosmos. We envisioned colonies on distant planets, new frontiers to explore, and endless possibilities, dreaming of a future among the cosmos. We were not alone. Our dreams of interstellar travel and contact with other civilizations were realized, but not in the way we had hoped. The sci-fi, a race driven by cold, calculating logic devoid of empathy or compassion, emerged from the galactic void. They came not as friends or allies, but as conquerors, their intentions clear from the moment they arrived. Their mission was simple: expansion and conquest. They sought to expand their empire, to claim new worlds and resources for their own. Earth, with its resources and strategic significance, became their prime target. Our planet, rich in minerals and other valuable materials, was a prize they could not resist. The invasion was swift and brutal. The sci-fi struck with precision and overwhelming force, their tactics honed by countless campaigns across the galaxy. The sci-fi possessed technology far exceeding our own, their advancements in weaponry and defense systems making our own seem primitive by comparison. Their warships armed with weapons that could shatter mountains and boil oceans. The sheer destructive power they wielded was beyond anything we had ever encountered. Earth's defenses, valiant but outmatched, crumbled under the relentless assault. Our soldiers fought bravely, but they were no match for the sci-fi's superior technology and tactics. Crumbled under the relentless assault. The cities that had once been our pride and joy were reduced to rubble, their inhabitants scattered or killed. Hope, once a bright flame, flickered and began to fade as the enemy tightened its grip. The spirit of humanity, once unbreakable, was now on the verge of collapse. The once vibrant blue marble, teeming with life and promise, was now scarred and broken, shrouded in the smoke of its own funeral pyre. The beauty of our world was marred by the scars of war, was now scarred and broken, shrouded in the smoke of its own funeral pyre. The landscapes that had once inspired poets and artists were now scenes of desolation and despair. The stench of death and burning metal filled the air, a grim testament to the sci-fi's ruthless efficiency. The once fresh and clean air was now tainted with the smell of destruction, a grim testament to the sci-fi's ruthless efficiency. Their methods were cold and calculated, leaving no room for mercy or compassion. Earth, our cradle, our home, was falling. The cradle of humanity, the birthplace of our species, was now on the brink of annihilation. The future looked bleak, and the fate of our world hung in the balance. High above the ravaged Earth, where the once vibrant blue and green hues had been replaced by the ominous glow of fires and the scars of destruction, aboard the battered remnants of the Earth Defense Fleet, the last bastion of hope for humanity, Captain Dane Carter watched his homeworld burn. The sight was a dagger to his heart, each flame a reminder of their desperate struggle. His face, weathered and lined with the stress of countless battles, bore the marks of a man who had seen too much, fought too hard, and lost too many. It was a mask of grim determination, a facade that hid the turmoil within. The evacuation order, a bitter pill to swallow, echoed through the bridge of his flagship, the Ulysses. The words hung in the air, heavy with the weight of defeat. "All ships, this is Admiral Singh." The voice was calm, authoritative, yet tinged with an undercurrent of sorrow. "Repeat, this is Admiral Singh." The repetition was a formality, but it carried the finality of a death knell. "Evacuation order is in effect." The word sent a ripple of unease through the crew, a stark reminder of their dire situation. I say again, evacuation order is in effect. The urgency in the voice was unmistakable, a call to abandon the fight they had given everything for. All remaining vessels, break orbit and regroup at Rally Point Delta. The command was clear, but the path ahead was anything but Carter's hand tightened around the command console, his knuckles white. Retreat. The very thought was anathema to him. The very word tasted like poison in his mouth. It was a betrayal of everything he stood for, everything he had fought for. He had sworn an oath to defend Earth, to protect its people, to stand as a bulwark against the sci-fi invaders, to stand against the sci-fi to his last breath. And he had meant every word of that oath. And he would be damned if he would abandon her now, in her hour of greatest need. The thought of leaving Earth to its fate was unbearable. "Sir Lieutenant Commander Sato," his voice tight with emotion. "We have to go. We're outgunned, outmatched." The plea was desperate, a reflection of their dire circumstances. His voice tight with emotion. "We have to go. We're outgunned, outmatched. If we stay, we're just throwing lives away." The logic was sound, but the heart rebelled. If we stay, we're just throwing lives away. The truth of Sato's words was undeniable, yet it felt like a betrayal of their mission. Carter's gaze swept over the faces of his crew, their expressions mirroring Sato's fear and exhaustion. Each face told a story of sacrifice and bravery, their expressions mirroring Sato's fear and exhaustion. He saw the toll the war had taken on them, the weariness etched into their features. He saw the terror in their eyes, the fear of the unknown, the dread of what lay ahead, the longing for a safety they might never find, the hope that somewhere, somehow, they could find peace. But he also saw their courage, their unwavering loyalty, the fire that still burned within them, the resolve to fight on. They were soldiers, every one of them, bound by duty and honor, and they would stand with him, fight with him, no matter the odds. Die with him if that's what it took. Their resolve was a testament to their bravery. "We are humanity's last stand," Carter stated, his voice low and steady. The words were a rallying cry, a call to arms, his voice low and steady. "We retreat now, and we condemn our species to extinction." The gravity of the situation was clear in his tone. "We retreat now, and we condemn our species to extinction." The crew's reaction was immediate, their determination rekindled. "We make our stand here now, and we show the Zyphor that humanity does not break so easily." The resolve in his voice was unshakable, a beacon of hope in the darkness. "And we show the Zyphor that humanity does not break so easily." The crew, inspired by his words, prepared for the battle that would define their legacy. Humanity's last hope was a desperate gamble, a plan so audacious, so seemingly impossible that it bordered on insanity. The stakes were higher than ever before, and the margin for error was non-existent. It centered around Jupiter, the gas giant that loomed on the edge of the solar system, a swirling maelstrom of storms and radiation. This colossal planet with its turbulent atmosphere held the key to a daring strategy. Deep within Jupiter's atmosphere, a storm raged, a tempest of such unimaginable scale that it dwarfed Earth itself, the Great Red Spot. This massive storm, a force of nature capable of swallowing planets whole, was both a symbol of destruction and a beacon of hope. It was a force of nature capable of swallowing planets whole, and it was the key to humanity's survival. The plan was as simple as it was audacious. Lure the Zyphor fleet into Jupiter's upper atmosphere, use their own weapons fire to trigger a massive energy surge within the Great Red Spot, and create an EMP blast powerful enough to cripple their fleet, buying humanity precious time to regroup and rebuild. It was a long shot, a desperate roll of the dice against an enemy that seemed invincible. But for Captain Carter and the remnants of Earth's defenders, it was the only shot they had. Our analysts believe that the Zyphor's reliance on artificial intelligence gives us an opening, a weary but resolute scientist had explained to Carter in the hours before the final confrontation. A sufficiently powerful EMP burst could fry their systems, throw their fleet into chaos. It's a gamble, Captain, but it's the only play we have left. The Zyphor fleet, with its advanced technology and seemingly invincible ships, had pushed humanity to the brink. Captain Carter, a seasoned leader with a steely resolve, knew the risks all too well. He had seen the devastation wrought by the Zyphor firsthand. For him and his crew, this mission was more than just a tactical maneuver. It was a fight for the very survival of the human race. As the final preparations were made, the weight of the mission bore down on everyone involved. The tension was palpable, the air thick with anticipation. The scientist's words echoed in Carter's mind, a reminder of the slim chance they had, but also of the hope that still flickered. The EMP burst, if successful, would be a turning point, a moment that could shift the balance of power. The Zyphor fleet thrown into chaos would be vulnerable, giving humanity the chance it so desperately needed. Captain Carter steeled himself for the battle ahead, knowing that the fate of humanity rested on this one audacious plan. The initial engagement went frighteningly well. The Zyphor, arrogant and overconfident, took the bait. They pursued the remnants of Earth's fleet towards Jupiter, eager to crush the last vestiges of human resistance. Their ships, sleek and deadly, moved with terrifying precision, their weapons spitting fire that lit up the void with deadly brilliance. The Ulysses, battered but defiant, led the enemy on a deadly dance through Jupiter's swirling moons, drawing them closer and closer to the gas giant's turbulent atmosphere. The tension on the bridge of the Ulysses was palpable, a living thing that pulsed with every blast of enemy fire, every near miss, every casualty report that crackled over the comms. And then, just as the first sci-fi ships began to descend into Jupiter's upper atmosphere, disaster struck. From the depths of space, beyond the reach of human sensors, a second sci-fi fleet materialized, flanking the Ulysses and its escorts, their weapons blazing. This was no mere scouting party, this was a full-scale invasion force, larger and more powerful than the first. The Zephyr had anticipated humanity's desperation, had planned for every eventuality. Hope, so recently reignited, threatened to be extinguished once more. "Sir," Lieutenant Sato's voice was tight with fear, "we're outnumbered, outgunned, we can't win this."